Are you an accountant or a tax professional? And are you running a traditional practice model? Or maybe you're running a slightly virtual practice, meaning that you have a client portal where clients can upload documents to you if you want to. My question for you is, are you running the type of business you want to be running? Or do you crave more flexibility, more freedom, more location flexibility even? There's so many things that come with the word flexibility. And I want to show you today how you can transition to a virtual practice with a simple 6-step process. And I want to tell you why a virtual practice is so valuable to you and your firm, and especially to your clients. If we haven't had the chance to meet yet, I'm Jamie Gruol, and after helping over 500 tax and accounting practices implement automation with TaxDome, I can confidently say that automation is the only way to increase your profit and time freedom in your practice. So number one, why is replacing your old school paper manual driven process with a software or automation solution so critical in 2024? Well, number one, the era of paper has been ending in a lot of industries, and the tax professional and accountant industry is one of the lagging areas. And there's a lot of reasons that this is something you should be doing. And the first one is that digital documentation is the way of the world now. It also simplifies how you get documents from clients. It frees up your ability to get documents and not having to have somebody sitting at the front desk or having a team on standby in November to spend many hours on a weekend or throughout their workdays creating these packets that are custom to the client and spending thousands of dollars if you have a lot of clients sending out paper packets. The next thing is the elimination of manual administrative tasks. Now, we just talked about how many hours you're probably pouring into those paper packets, but what about the clients that bring in the paper documents, having to create the folders and manage the folders that get passed around the practice? Or if you're not passing them around the practice and you're scanning them in, like I said, kudos to you because you're at level 1 of automation or of the digital virtual era, but you are still having to have somebody sit at the front desk and maintain an office space to allow your clients to come and drop documents off to you. There's a lot that goes into that: liability insurance and payroll and the actual physical space itself. And then there's the management of the software, all of the things that are required to facilitate that transition of paper from your client to you is a lot. And it's a lot of administrative effort. Then once you have the documents, then let's talk about follow-up. If your clients don't bring the documents in, you're having to phone them, you're having to email them, you're having to track on things. There's no automated reminders telling the client, hey, don't forget this is happening. This is important. And then you have to communicate with them as deadlines are approaching. How are you doing that? Are you doing that? If you're not doing that, it's probably why your clients come in 3 days before your deadline. The third one is client communications. When we're replacing that paper manual process, as I was talking about in the last step, the idea that when we need to communicate a deadline to our clients, sure, we can send a bulk email out to all of our clients, but we don't know, if we've gotten their papers in and then we send them this email saying hey, our deadline is coming, then they're confused, right? By using virtual tools and being in the virtual space, we can actually identify exactly where our clients are at, where they're at in our process. And do we have their documents and we're just following up on missing documents? We can make that a different conversation than people that we've not heard from yet. We can say, hey, we haven't heard from you yet. We're waiting on your engagement letter or your deposit or your papers, whatever that is. And we can fine tune the communication to our clients in those situations. The fourth reason virtual practice does and what virtual tools allow you is security. When you have owning the paper and the maintenance of somebody's very sensitive information, security is critical. You can't be hauling paper folders back and forth from home to your office. You have to go to the office to work if you're going to work, and the same thing with team. And that is critical for you to be thinking about because security of your client documents is key. And then finally, one other thing that you need to think about when you're thinking about a virtual practice is the flexibility and remote work aspects that come from it. As I mentioned, you can't be hauling paper folders around and going and being able to work out at the lake because your family's going on vacation and you have to get some work done. You don't have that flexibility. You're tied to your brick and mortar, or you're tied to the place in which you do your work. And that for a lot of people feels very limiting, but people also haven't known any different. And so I'm here today to tell you that virtual practice brings so much flexibility to you and also to your ability to hire people. Now, why would we want to do? Why would we want to go to a virtual practice? Well, there's several reasons. The key one is client experience. As I mentioned, those millennials, even the Gen Xers, like nobody wants to be dropping documents off to you physically. Yes, maybe your older clients that have been with you for 20 years and that is all they have known. But I have people tell me every day that I thought this was going to be such a hard transition and my clients were going to hate the idea of a virtual practice, when in fact their clients loved it. The next thing about why you'd want to automate or go to a virtual practice is because you'll have greater efficiencies for you and your client. Now, as I mentioned, there's that removal of the actual travel, but by implementing software and automations, you actually are able to work more efficiently. We've had a lot of our clients come in who are solo practitioners, or maybe they have an assistant, and all of a sudden they're either finding that they're working a day less a week, or they are able to bring on and add 20% more clients to their client roster. And in a lot of cases, those new clients are also at a higher price range, right? Because they value and they've said, my price is now this, and those clients have no problem coming in at that. So they're dramatically increasing their revenue and their profits because they've freed up the capacity through greater efficiency. And that makes a huge difference for you. The third thing is reduced costs. As I talked about, being able to ditch those paper supplies is huge. Being able to ditch the storage room that you're having to keep all those paper supplies in is huge. Even if you were able to do that, you may find that you don't even need your office anymore. Like, how great would it be to be free of your office and the expensive lease that you have or the mortgage that you have, and be able to work from home, or be able to do like our client Chris is doing, and she's moving to France. She's always wanted to live in France. And because her practice went virtual, she now is able to let go of all of the ties of physical location in the United States, and she can now go and serve her clients from France, where she wants to live. The other thing you're going to find is having less staffing requirement. When you are working efficiently, you may find that you don't need to hire on more high-level skilled staff. Maybe you can bring on an administrative assistant who can help with some of the day-to-day management of your systems and allow you to just solely focus on client delivery. And because you've already gained efficiencies from the actual client delivery, that person taking on some of the administrative tasks of managing your tools and client management allows you to now focus your energy just on client delivery. And now you can serve more clients. Maybe you even up-level your skills and the type of services that you're offering, so you're higher value. There's so many things that come from having a virtual practice. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to get that tool. Now, most softwares out there, TaxDome included, offer a free trial. Now, TaxDome has a 2-week free trial. And if you sign up for that free trial using our exclusive partner link, when you decide that TaxDome is the tool for you and you pay for your first license, they're going to deliver you 2 free months of TaxDome. So that is a huge benefit to using our exclusive link. If you want to get that link, you can go to workflowsfortaxpros.com/TaxDome. It will take you to this page and explain all of the details to you about what you need to do. Then what we need to do once we have our TaxDome system is you're going to find that this tool is blank. It is a shell that needs to be built out. And TaxDome, some people do find that TaxDome is very overwhelming trying to figure out how to set it up on their own. My partner, Jessica Smith, who's an enrolled agent, when she moved over to TaxDome several years ago, she decided that she was going to create the workflow that worked for her and her clients. And doing that and taking advantage of all the automations that TaxDome had, it took her about 100 hours to set it up. That is a lot, right? But you're lucky because you have us in your world, and we have created a system in our Workflows for Tax Pros program where we help people set up the system very quickly. You can have your first pipeline set up and understand how TaxDome works in less than 10 hours. So we guide you through step by step how TaxDome works, the things you need to know to get started on it. And then we're with you for 12 months to answer any questions you have, help you set up any automations that you want. And that support ensures that you're able to get your system set up. So the first thing that you're going to do when you do get your TaxDome is you need to get your clients migrated to TaxDome. Now, if you use our special link when you sign up for the TaxDome system, we will actually send you, as a thank you for using that link, a free training on how to do your client import. Adding your clients is the most important step in setting up your TaxDome system. This is where you're going to bring all of the details of your clients into the TaxDome system so that you now have all of those right in one place so you can easily manage your clients. And this import is done in a very specific way. our way is different than the way TaxDome teaches you, but our way has proven to work efficiently. And we give you all the tips and tricks on how to do this for your software or for your practice. So do check this out. And that is the first step, is doing your client import. The next thing you need to do is you need to create a plan for onboarding your clients to this new tool. Now, the onboarding gets done through an email communication method, and we give you that in our Workflows for Tax Pros program because it is so critical. You need to make sure you're setting up a communications plan that guides your clients through using this new portal, telling them what to expect, giving them the instructions. And that is a very critical step that a lot of people miss. And they wonder why their clients don't understand how to use their portal. The next one we have is the first thing you want to do is set up your most top priority workflow. So when you're setting up your TaxDome system, you want to solve the most painful situation in your small practice. And this could be your new lead management. If you're trying to scale and you're dealing with all these new leads, you can build that out in TaxDome. We have a proven pipeline that will show you exactly how the step-by-step of how to manage those clients, and it makes sure that you are not missing any leads and you are effectively using your marketing details in your small practice. The other ones that you may want to do is tax preparation. Having a tax prep pipeline is key for removing that painful tax season energy that you have. Being organized, knowing exactly where your clients are at, and taking advantage of automated client onboarding is the key to a more peaceful and profitable tax season. Then keeping track of where clients are at in your pipeline and where exactly they are at in the process that you need for them is key. And taking advantage of all of the TaxDome automations allows you to make sure that you're getting everything set up. So documenting what your process is and noting that and creating your automated workflows. And the other workflow that maybe is a key for you is bookkeeping. A lot of practices do bookkeeping, and this is a very tedious process, and people really get frustrated by how they're managing their bookkeeping. And these bookkeeping pipelines allow you to stay organized. It allows you to make sure that every client every month gets kicked off or every quarter gets kicked off, and it just helps you keep your process of managing these bookkeeping clients all in one place, and you always know exactly where somebody is in the process or if they're falling behind, because that happens too with clients. So once you have identified what process you're going to automate first, you need to create all your templates, all of your emails, all of your chats, all of your tasks, all of your organizers, all of your client tasks, everything that is a component of the process. You need to build out all those templates. And once you have those built out, then you need to come and tell the system what to do with all these templates you have created. So we have the pipeline, and you just tell the TaxDome system, in this stage, I want you to trigger these automations. So I want you to create a task that assigns to my bookkeeper that reminds them to reconcile the credit card for this specific account. I want you to ensure all the transactions have been posted and all of the details of the expectation of the process that we have standardized for our small practice. Once you have created your new automated pipeline, you need to test it. So testing is you actually going through and acting like a client. This allows you to gain confidence in how the system works, but also make sure that it's the client experience that you want or the team experience that you want. Testing is critical. It's called user acceptance testing, but it is critical that a lot of people miss, and I don't want you to miss that one. So if you have questions and you're like, I really need this and I really want this, but I have no idea where to start, then you might want to check out our Workflows for Tax Pros program, where we will guide you through step-by-step exactly how to set up your TaxDome system. So whether you're using TaxDome today or not, it doesn't matter. You just need to commit to the tool, learn how the tool works effectively from top to bottom, and it's going to be a game changer in the future of your small practice. So if you have questions about workflows for tax pros, TaxDome, or anything else, you can always reach out to us in our emails, our DMs, here in the Facebook group. We're here to make sure that you are confidently moving forward into your virtual practice, and we want to help you do that with ease. So comment below this video, and if you have questions, we'll be glad to answer them.